Have you ever wondered why some sea creatures glow in the darkness of the depths? The mysteries of bioluminescence are not only fascinating but also reveal secrets about survival and adaptation that resonate with our own life experiences. In a world where we often feel lost and without light, understanding how these incredible beings use their light to protect themselves, communicate, and hunt offers us a powerful lesson. Even in the most challenging situations, we can always find ways to shine. Join us on this exploration and discover how these underwater mysteries can illuminate our own paths. If you're not subscribed yet, take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. The beginning of life, the mystery of light. On a serene night in the vast ocean, where the stars above compete with the beauty of the underwater world, a tiny squid was about to be born. The water around her was dark and silent, but as she approached the surface, a natural magic revealed itself. The delicate, transparent egg began to open, and the light emanating from within illuminated the dark waters like a beacon in the fog. When the squid emerged, her tiny, gelatinous body pulsed with a bluish, almost ethereal light. It was an incredible spectacle. Each movement generated a soft glow, as if the creature herself were made of stars. This light was not just beautiful. It was her first line of defense against the dangers of the ocean. From the very beginning of her life, the squid learned that bioluminescence was a vital skill. The little squid floated in the current, marveling at her new life. But the ocean, while beautiful, was filled with challenges. Predators lurked in every shadow, ready to strike. So the squid used her light to hide. When a large fish approached, she quickly pulsed in a rapid sequence of flashes, as if to say, "Look at me. I'm just an innocuous light, not a snack." This clever tactic confused the predators, allowing her to escape. At the same time, the light served a more complex function, attracting prey. As the days went by, the little squid began to understand that by playing with the intensity and pattern of her bioluminescence, she could lure small crustaceans and fish who approached out of curiosity. The dance of light became a kind of enchantment, a form of underwater seduction. But this light had other secrets. As the squid grew, she discovered that different colors and patterns could convey specific messages. During her early interactions with others of her kind, she noticed that quick flashes of blue could signify a warning, while a soft, steady glow was a signal of peace. Thus, her bioluminescence not only protected her, but also connected her with the world around her, enabling communication in an environment where visibility was scarce. The mystery of light continued to fascinate her as she explored the ocean's nooks and crannies. On her journey, the squid encountered other marine creatures that also possessed this magical ability. Together, they formed a luminous symphony, dancing in the darkness and revealing the hidden beauty of the ocean floor. With each new day, the squid grew more skilled and confident in her ability to shine. The light was not just a survival tool. It was part of her identity, a testament to the wonder of her existence. And so, amidst a world full of mysteries, the little squid began her life journey, illuminating the waters and exploring the endless possibilities that bioluminescence offered. Learning to shine, the dance of survival. As the little squid ventured through the vast waters of the ocean, she began to realize that her bioluminescence was more than just light. It was a powerful survival tool. Now a bit larger and more confident, she explored coral reefs and seafloors covered in aquatic plants, where light danced on her body, transforming her into an underwater artist. Soon, the squid recognized that in an environment filled with dangers, the ability to shine could mean the difference between life and death. With her instincts sharpened, she began to mimic the light of smaller organisms, like tiny fish and plankton that twinkled softly. When a predator approached, she did not hesitate. She quickly altered the pattern of her light, creating an illusion that confused her attackers. By doing this, she became just a simple spark in the vast ocean, making the large fish pursuing her question whether the effort was worth it. But the squid's creativity didn't stop there. On a sunny day, while playing among the anemones and corals, she had a brilliant idea. The reef was full of vibrant colors, and the squid decided to use her bioluminescence to create a true spectacle. With an elegant movement, she began to turn her light on and off in a rhythmic pattern, mimicking the colors of the anemones surrounding her. This light show not only entertained her marine friends but also served as a distraction, allowing her to escape from any lurking predator. As the squid honed her skills, nature taught her valuable lessons. During one of her adventures, she encountered a larger squid that seemed experienced in using bioluminescence. Watching closely, the little squid observed how the older squid moved gracefully and strategically, quickly changing colors to camouflage among the rocks and hide from predators. Inspired, the young squid decided to incorporate these techniques into her own luminous dance. One day, while swimming near a school of fish, a large tuna appeared, swimming swiftly. It was a critical moment. With her heart racing, the squid remembered everything she had learned. She began to shine brightly, creating a spectacle of vibrant colors that captured the tuna's attention. In a quick motion, she hid among the rocks, her light now pulsing in a soft blue hue, almost invisible, like a beam of light reflected on the waves. With this technique, the squid not only escaped danger but also made a new friendship with a group of fish who were impressed by her ability. They began to gather frequently, creating a bond of mutual protection, where each contributed their own survival strategies. The squid's dance transformed into a symphony of lights and colors, a spectacle that not only helped her escape but also attracted other marine creatures to join her. Together, they formed a small army of light, a community thriving amidst the darkness of the ocean. And so, as the young squid continued to explore the mysteries of the sea, she became a true artist, a master of bioluminescence. Each new discovery and each luminous dance was a celebration of life, a testament that even in the deepest, darkest waters, beauty and creativity could shine brightly. The great hunt, light as a weapon. As the young squid grew and became more experienced, her world expanded in vastness and complexity. The ocean, a realm of mysteries, was now her home, filled with challenges and opportunities. Over time, she was no longer just a creature fleeing from predators. She had become a cunning hunter, learning to use her bioluminescence as a lethal weapon in her search for food. One night, while swimming through the deep waters, the squid noticed that the soft light emanating from her body attracted small fish. Fascinated by the idea of being more than just a passive observer in the dance of marine life, she decided to explore this new ability. With a subtle movement, she began to blink her light in hypnotizing patterns, as if casting a spell. The small fish, irresistibly drawn in, approached, enchanted by the spectacle. They had no idea that behind that enchanting light, a hunter lay in wait. The squid waited for the right moment. Then, with a quick and agile movement, she extended her tentacles, capturing an unsuspecting prey. The taste of fresh fish was a reward for her cunning and patience, and she knew she had mastered a new technique. As time passed, the squid refined her hunting technique. She began to experiment with different light patterns, such as quick, intense flashes followed by a silent pause. This combination created an almost hypnotic effect that not only attracted prey but also left them disoriented. It was like a predatory dance, where she led the spectacle, and the prey could not resist. One night, while exploring a reef illuminated by fluorescent corals, the squid stumbled upon a unique opportunity. A school of sardines, shimmering under the starlight above. The full moon illuminated the surface of the sea, but below, in the underwater realm, the squid had her own light show. She began to create a spectacle of colors, mixing shades of blue and green, like an aurora borealis beneath the waves. The sardines, drawn to the luminous dance, swam closer and closer. But the squid was not just an artist. She was a strategist. Suddenly, she intensified her light, creating a series of quick flashes. The sardines, dazzled, began to cluster together, completely hypnotized. With a surge of energy, the squid struck, using her speed and agility to capture several at once. This success not only filled her belly but also solidified her status as a skilled hunter. Her confidence grew, along with the realization that her bioluminescence was an extension of her own identity. The light that had once served merely as protection was now an essential part of her survival strategy. However, the ocean was not just a place of prey. It was also a constant battleground. As her fame as a hunter increased, the squid attracted the attention of larger predators. One day, while diving in search of new hunting grounds, a shark approached, its cold, calculating eyes watching the squid from afar. She knew she needed to use her bioluminescence not only to attract prey but also to confuse her potential attacker. With unexpected bravery, she began to pulse her lights in a rapid and erratic pattern, creating a curtain of colorful flashes that dazzled the shark's vision. In a bold move, she swam swiftly into a crevice between the rocks, her light pulsing to mislead the shark and draw it away. Thus, the squid became a true master of bioluminescence, using her light as a weapon not only for hunting, but also for survival in a world filled with predators. The dance of light, which had started as a curiosity, was now her life strategy, an expression of her essence, and proof of her adaptation to the vast and intriguing ocean. Each successful catch, each deceived enemy, made her a legend in the blue depths, a hunter shining with the light of life. The magical encounter, the dance of mating. On a magical night, when the moon shone brightly and reflected its silver light on the calm waters of the ocean, the young squid was about to experience one of the most important moments of her life: mating. The sea, always a stage of surprises, seemed even more vibrant that night, as if it were aware of what was to come. As she swam among the corals, her bioluminescence glowed in soft shades of blue and green, creating a charming aura around her. But for this special night, she wanted something more. The squid began to practice her luminous dance, altering her light patterns and creating a symphony of colors that reflected her excitement. She knew that bioluminescence was not just a survival skill. It was also the key to connecting with another being. Suddenly, amidst the darkness, she spotted a shadow approaching. It was a male, a beautiful specimen of her species, adorned with a strong and impressive glow. He was also in his finest form, using his light to signal that he was ready for the mating dance. As their gazes met, the world around them seemed to fade away. They both began to move toward each other, as if they were threads in a luminous web. The male started pulsing his bioluminescence in an intense rhythm, alternating between quick and slow flashes. Each movement and blink was a silent communication, filled with meaning. The squid, responding with enthusiasm, began to dance in a ballet of lights. She changed colors, creating a spectacle that reflected her personality and intentions. Blue, green, and even a touch of pink. Each color told a part of her story, an expression of her quest for connection. Together, they twirled and floated in the deep waters, the dance intensifying as their mutual interest grew. The bioluminescence became a fundamental part of this ritual, allowing them to see each other in the darkness. The pulsing lights were not just a display of beauty. They were a form of attraction, an invitation to unite. With each movement, the male drew closer, and the squid responded with an even more dazzling display. She circled around him, illuminating the waters with an intense and hypnotizing glow. The male, in turn, began to mimic her light patterns, as if trying to match the beauty he saw before him. The dance continued, and the connection between them strengthened, as if the universe were cheering for this encounter to be successful. The climax came when they both began to synchronize their movements, pulsing in unison. It was a perfect dance, where the lights intertwined and blended, creating a spectacle of colors that could enchant any ocean creature. In that magical moment, the squid and the male became one, united by light and dance. As the night drew to a close, when the moon began to set and the sky started to lighten, the squid and her partner were exhausted but happy. The mating dance had not only brought them together but had also connected them on a deeper level. The bioluminescence that had once been a tool for survival was now a symbol of love and unity, an expression of their intertwined lives in the vast ocean. Thus, under the soft morning light, the squid and her partner swam away, ready to face the world together. The magical encounter had transformed into a new phase of their lives, where light was not just a weapon but a bridge between two hearts, illuminating the path ahead. Challenges at the bottom of the sea. Light in the darkness. As the young squid ventured into the depths of the ocean, she had already learned the art of shining and using her bioluminescence to connect with other beings. But the ocean floor was not just a place of beauty and charm. It was a battleground filled with unexpected dangers. In a world where survival was a constant struggle, each day brought new challenges. One night, while exploring a new reef, the squid encountered a massive shadow moving rapidly through the dark waters. It was a shark, a feared predator, gliding with grace and power. The squid felt a chill run down her spine, a primal instinct alerting her to danger. Instinctively, she began to swim toward a crevice in the rocks, but the shark seemed determined, following her with a fixed and hungry gaze. In that critical moment, the squid knew she needed to act quickly. With her bioluminescence as her ally, she started creating a curtain of light flashes, alternating between vibrant and intense colors. First, a deep blue glow, evoking the shadows of the ocean, followed by an explosion of green and white lights, like shooting stars. Each pulse of light was an attempt to disorient her pursuer, a strategy as risky as it was creative. The shark hesitated, confused by the bright flashes dancing around it. For the squid, it was a game of life or death. She intensified the light, creating an even more hypnotic spectacle. In a swift movement, she darted to the left, diving into a hole between the rocks, while the flashing lights dazzled the shark. Dazed, it hesitated, allowing the squid to hide safely in the crevice. Inside the crevice, her heart raced, but the squid knew she couldn't relax. Even in a moment of safety, the darkness around her was filled with other dangers. Carefully, she watched through the gaps, her body still illuminated by occasional flashes, ready for a new escape strategy. Listening to the sounds of the ocean, she realized she was not alone. Other predators might be nearby, drawn by the commotion. Then, amid the tension, the squid had an idea. Remembering how her bioluminescence could serve not only as a defense but also as a means of communication, she decided to put on a new display. With controlled movements, she began to glow in a rhythmic pattern, making the light pulse as if she were in distress. It was an act of desperation, but also of hope. If other deep-sea creatures noticed her light, they could gather, forming an army of luminous beings. And so, the squid continued to shine, emitting increasingly intense light. To her surprise, soon other inhabitants of the reef began to join her. Small fish, shrimp, and even a few jellyfish were drawn to the luminous dance. Together, they created a stunning spectacle that filled the ocean floor with vibrant light, forming a true community of illumination. When the shark realized it was no longer pursuing a single prey but a gathering of glowing creatures, it decided to retreat, seeking easier prey in calmer waters. The squid, now relieved, took a deep breath, knowing she had escaped yet another dangerous situation. At that moment, she learned that despite the immense challenges the ocean floor presented, unity and creativity could transform the struggle for survival into a dance of lights. With her new friends, the squid not only overcame a threat, but also strengthened bonds that could be essential in future battles. The darkness of the ocean can be intimidating, but with the light that shines within each one, the squid and her companions proved that even in the darkest hours, solidarity and cunning can always illuminate the way. Thus, the squid continued her journey, each day bringing new challenges but also new opportunities to shine, confuse, and, above all, survive. Maturity, luminous connections. As days turned into months and months into years, the young squid who was once a tiny newborn became a magnificent adult, confidently navigating the vast waters of the ocean. Her bioluminescence, a skill that had always protected and aided her, was now evolving into a tool for communication and connection with the diverse creatures sharing her habitat. The squid now knew the secrets of ocean currents, the hidden nooks of coral reefs, and the places where sunlight barely penetrated. On her journey, she realized that bioluminescence was not just a defense mechanism or a hunting method. It had become a link between species, a way to interact with the world around her. And so, she began to explore this new dimension of her life. On a tranquil afternoon, while swimming among schools of colorful fish, the squid noticed an intriguing behavior. The fish, when approaching darker areas, began to change direction, as if following an invisible pattern. Curious, the squid decided to use her light to communicate with them. With an elegant movement, she pulsed a deep blue hue, a color that she had always associated with calm and safety. To her surprise, the fish responded immediately, forming a shimmering wave around her, reflecting the colors she emitted. This connection not only delighted the squid but also awakened a new understanding in her mind. Her light could guide and influence the behavior of other species. Inspired, she began experimenting with different patterns and colors, creating a kind of luminous language that others could understand. As her communication skills developed, the squid became a central figure in the marine life around her. She saw how light could indeed forge bonds between different species. During a gathering of creatures at the ocean floor, a rare event where various species came together to forage, the squid decided to make her boldest presentation yet. In a dazzling light display, she emitted a pattern of colorful pulses that echoed in the darkness. The deep blue transformed into vibrant greens, and then into a golden glow. It was as if the stars from the sky had descended to the ocean floor. The other reef inhabitants, from tiny shrimp to large fish, began to gather around her, drawn by this magical spectacle. As everyone watched, the squid felt connected to each being present, realizing that her bioluminescence was a bridge uniting different lives. In this luminous celebration, she not only stood out as an individual, but also became a vital part of the ecosystem. Her presence and light helped maintain harmony among the sea creatures, fostering a sense of community that had not existed before. Over time, the squid realized that she was not just communicating but also teaching. Through her displays, other creatures began to mimic her light patterns. Fish that had once been shy now glowed with confidence, creating their own patterns and expressing themselves in ways they had never done before. The squid became a natural mentor, guiding and inspiring a new generation of marine creatures. However, not everything was smooth sailing. As her influence grew, the octopus also became the target of new threats. Predators who had previously ignored her began to take notice of her presence, drawn in by her vibrant light. But the octopus, now more cunning and experienced, used this newfound attention to her advantage. She adapted her bioluminescence to confuse and disorient her foes, creating intricate patterns that left even the most astute predators bewildered. In this way, the octopus not only became an important part of the ecosystem, but also a symbol of how light can forge connections and influence lives beneath the waves. Her journey into maturity was far from a tale of solitude. It was a story of unity, resilience, and the beauty of the underwater world, where each light serves a purpose and every creature plays a role. And so, amidst the vastness of the ocean, the octopus continued to shine, knowing that through her lights, she could always find ways to connect, influence, and illuminate the lives of those around her. The cycle of life, the light that never fades. As the years passed and the ocean currents carried the octopus on new adventures, she became a true matriarch of the sea. With each pulse of light, she not only communicated but also shared stories and experiences, enriching the lives of all around her. However, as the currents began to change and her body showed signs of age, the octopus knew her journey was nearing its end. On a magical night, while swimming through a familiar reef, the octopus felt it was time to reflect on her life. The waters were calm, and the moonlight gently penetrated the surface, creating a spectacle of glimmers and shadows. The ever-moving sea seemed to whisper ancient secrets, inviting her to recall her most cherished memories. She thought of the long nights she used her bioluminescence to escape from predators, the adrenaline of each escape transforming into valuable lessons. She remembered the first time she met a mate and how the courtship dance made her feel alive and vibrant. She recalled the friendships she forged with other creatures, the unity of species that once seemed so different, now linked by the light she radiated. As she dove into these memories, the octopus realized that the light that had always accompanied her was not just a survival tool, but an extension of her very essence. It was a light that illuminated the path not only for herself but for so many others. With this understanding, a sense of peace enveloped her, as if the sea was embracing her, allowing her to prepare for what was to come next. Determined to celebrate her life, the octopus began to perform her final dance in the depths of the sea. With graceful movements, she launched into a display of colors and patterns, more extravagant than any show she had ever put on. She pulsed in shades of blue and green, then shifted to a radiant gold, creating a mesmerizing effect that lit up the surrounding reefs. Fish, crustaceans, and even the shyest creatures drew near, attracted by this festival of light. It was as if nature itself was joining her, paying tribute to the beauty of her existence. The octopus knew she was leaving a legacy. Her lights not only represented her past, but also the future of the connections she had created. With each pulse of light, she sent messages of love and hope to all the creatures she had encountered. It was a farewell dance, but also a celebration of everything the ocean meant: beauty, mystery, the struggle for survival, and the incredible interactions that had shaped her life. Each movement told a story, each color a memory. As the dance drew to a close, the octopus gazed at the vastness of the sea and felt a wave of gratitude. She had lived a rich life full of adventures, and as her light began to fade, she understood that her bioluminescence would continue to shine, not only in her memory but in all the creatures she had touched. With one last dazzling flash, the octopus illuminated the ocean depths like a star bidding farewell to the sky. And although her physical presence was about to extinguish, her light would endure in every wave, in every creature that had known her, echoing her story through time and space. Thus, in the heart of the ocean, where shadows dance and light shines brightly, the octopus bid farewell with dignity, knowing that even at the end of her journey, her light would never fade. She would live on in every corner of the sea, an eternal reminder that the beauty of life is made of connections, memories, and, above all, the light that each of us carries within. Luminous legacy, the influence of bioluminescence. After the departure of the squid, the ocean seemed darker, yet its lights still shone in the memories of all who had known it. The magic of its bioluminescence did not fade. Instead, it began to pulse in new rhythms, like a legacy reverberating through the ocean currents and reaching even the most remote depths of the sea. As the days passed, other marine creatures began to adopt the ability to glow. The fish that had once been mere spectators of the squid's luminous displays started experimenting with their own colors. Inspired by the glow of the ocean matriarch, they formed schools that pulsed in sync, creating a dance of lights that illuminated the seabed. It was as if the squid had left a part of its essence in each of them, fostering a new era of luminous communication. The crustaceans, also influenced by this new wave of light, began using small flashes to communicate during the mating season. The squid's bioluminescence became a pattern to follow, a way to express feelings and intentions, transforming marine life into a spectacle of colors and shapes. Each marine creature, whether large or small, started to explore the power of light, contributing to a richer and more interconnected ecosystem. But the squid's legacy did not stop in the waters. The divers, fishermen, and scientists exploring the reefs and depths of the ocean were also touched by its story. Each expedition became a quest not only for marine fauna but also for a deeper understanding of bioluminescence and its role in ecological balance. With each new discovery, they remembered the squid and the importance of protecting the fragile marine ecosystem that it had helped cultivate. Scientists began to study bioluminescence with renewed fervor. Their research revealed not only the beauty of this ability but also its practical applications. They discovered that the light produced by certain marine creatures could inspire innovations in technology, from new light sources to advancements in medicine. The squid, even in its absence, continued to shine, not only as a symbol of beauty but as a catalyst for human progress. At conferences and seminars around the world, marine biologists and environmentalists share the lessons they learned from the squid. They speak about the importance of bioluminescence in communication, attracting mates, and survival. The stories of the squid have become metaphors for life, how essential it is to illuminate each other's paths and how collaboration and connection can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Children visiting aquariums and maritime museums hear stories about the squid that danced beneath the waves, inspiring new generations to dream of life in the sea. They learn about the importance of protecting the oceans and how each of us has the ability to shine in our communities, contributing to a more harmonious and sustainable world. The squid's legacy interwove into an infinite cycle of light and life. Each new wave, each small flash in the dark, carried with it a fragment of its story. The ocean, which once seemed a vast desert of water, was now filled with light, colors, and pulsating life, all inspired by the magic of a single creature. Thus, as the moon shone over the tranquil waters, the squid's bioluminescence continued to influence the sea and its inhabitants, an eternal reminder that even after death, the light we radiate never truly fades away. And, in every glow, in every luminous dance, its story endured, illuminating the path for all who followed. And so we come to the end of our journey through the luminous wonders of the underwater world. The bioluminescence of squids teaches us not only about survival and adaptation, but also about the beauty of the connections we create, even in the darkest depths of the ocean. Every creature, every light, reminds us that life is a dance of interactions and that, even in darkness, there is always room to shine. If you enjoyed this fascinating dive, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the marine kingdom and beyond. Until next time,